Well, Doug, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Sure. Yep.
I know, as I kind of mentioned, the main reason that I booked my stay here tonight, or last night in Durham,
Yes.
was because you offer the convenient amenity of EV charging, which
Yeah.
we're making a 10-day road trip to and from DC, from
Very
Houston.
nice.
But yeah, I was just looking at the Ford Pass app, which I use for my car, and
Okay.
was able to recover 200 miles.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, just wanted to hear your thoughts generally. Like, how long have you been at this hotel?
I've been here since 2013.
Okay, wow.
I've been in the general manager role for about a year now. So
Okay.
yeah, quite a bit of history with the hotels.
And how long have you had the EV chargers here on property?
Just about 6 months now, actually. 6 months, yeah.
6 months, okay.
Yes.
And so in those 6 months, have you noticed any particular, like, what's been your experience so far? Are you hearing inquiries? Do you see a lot of cars parking out there?
Yeah, it's definitely picked up. We added the information to our website, so we listed on the EV charger as an amenity, and I know the EV Plus added it to their listing as well. So that's I'm sure how you found out about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat to see all the different electric vehicles out there. And I have seen an uptick over the last few months as more and more people find out about their availability. So
About the different cars or so?
yeah.
Yeah. Who kind of walks and talks you through what you can do? You mentioned EV Plus, obviously put on their app. I guess your team, do you tell Hilton corporate, like, hey, we've got this, and they take care of listing it, or it's like someone here on site that lists it to your website? How does that work?
Yeah, so Hilton does maintain our brand.com site,
Okay.
and we essentially provide updates to them. They have a content and marketing team,
Okay.
and something like that is fairly easy. We basically just say, hey, we now have EV Plus chargers.
Got it.
They'll ask what type we have and what the level is, whether they're like superchargers
Right.
and things like that.
Okay.
And then they'll just basically put that right on the website for us. So
Okay.
fairly straightforward process.
So as a consumer and a hospitality professional, what would you say, is there like one big looming question you have about the EV charging industry? Whatever that may be.
That's a great question. I know people have concerns, I guess, because of the capacity, the charging network across the country is still being built up.
Right.
I know Tesla has a big presence with their charging network, and Ford has entered an agreement with them, I believe,
Yeah,
to
you're right.
share as well.
So you know your stuff well.
Yeah, I like to follow tech and stuff like that.
That's cool.
I myself actually, I got a CRV hybrid not too long ago.
Nice.
Before we installed these EV chargers.
Okay.
And I would have probably leaned towards an EV vehicle if I would have known that we were going to install these. I live in a condo development, and so it'd be really hard for me to have an EV charger at my house. But knowing that there's one here working at the hotel, I would definitely have been more interested and explore the EV market more. With all the different offerings that are being available now. So yeah.
So I came here to talk about hotel charging, and you brought up a juicy talking point that I love, which is close to my business, which I am typically involved in putting charging at apartments and condos.
Okay.
And as you know, condos are one of the trickiest situations because of HOAs, a lot of opinions, a lot of processes and decision makers to work through. But the other part you bring a good point is workplace charging. So you're here, I assume, at least 8 hours a day?
Yeah.
And so you'd be able to capture, minimum, I would say, like 100 miles. And I don't know how far you live, but you'd be able to fuel up at work while your car's just sitting here. This was a pretty flawless experience last night. Like I said, I know the providers, we partner with the service provider Switch, who's doing the software on these stations. The industry's been interesting the last year and a half, a lot of ups and downs, players entering, leaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's an opportunity to work with you and earn your business, obviously that's appreciated.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think ultimately it's just great to hear your experience. I mean, what you have your marketing wise. And yeah, like I said, it was easy to get connected and process payment. So
Nice.
glad
That's good
you
to hear.
offer this. We're gonna take the rest of the afternoon to check out. I think Duke, is it very far? I hear it's like
Not at all. Yeah, only about
Okay.
2 miles from here. Yeah.
Okay.
The Duke Chapel is a really historic chapel there. The whole West Campus architecture is all designed by William Olmsted.
Okay.
And so they have a lot of Gothic revival type stuff. Same with Duke Chapel. North Carolina is famous for our barbecue, so I would definitely there's some good barbecue places.
Sweeter flavors, I think, right? Than like Texas. I don't know.
Well, it's funny. There is a divide because you have Eastern North Carolina barbecue, which is vinegar based, and then
okay.
you go down towards or towards the mountains. It's tomato based. A staple of this area is actually Bullock's Barbecue.
Bullock's
They've been in business forever and hosted many presidents and influential people, celebrities, and They have just good North Carolina. It's vinegar-based barbecue.
Okay, which one's your favorite? Tomato based or vinegar?
A vinegar-based,
okay.
yeah.
Well, then we're gonna have to give that a try on our way out.